Hello everyone, Dr. T here. In this presentation, I will briefly talk about global social media strategy. First, let's start with top 10 global social network sites in terms of active users. Social networks are now well established. There are top social networks which are most popular and doesn't change from year to year. You are very familiar with these 7 social network sites. Facebook is number 1 with 1.7 billion active users. It also owns number 2 and number 3, WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. You are also familiar with Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, and Skype. But this makes 7, right? So what are the 3 social network sites that are missing here? Think about it. I'll wait. You guessed it right. There are the Chinese websites. As you know, China bans some of these top sites and has its own alternative social network sites. That doesn't mean China is saved from the global social media wave. Did you know that Twitter.com has an office in Hong Kong, even though it's not used in China? Well, Chinese businesses still need to be connected with the rest of the world, right? So Twitter is there to help them. So if your company operates multinationally, creating and maintaining a social media presence globally will eventually become a consideration. It is inevitable. The most popular social media sites vary a lot by level of usage in different countries and with demographics. There are the heavyweights like Facebook and Twitter. Based on the most current stats, Facebook has 70 million users in Brazil, 60 million in Indonesia, 25 million in Japan. Twitter's popularity, on the other hand, doesn't necessarily mimic Facebook's. Here are the 4 unexpected countries ranked in the top 10 in terms of per capita Twitter use: Kuwait, Netherlands, Chile, and Sweden. But by and large, these top companies are popular all around the world. And there are locally popular networks. If you are planning a global business strategy, obviously you need to be aware of these websites in foreign markets. Here are 2 examples. Gojek is valued $1.3 billion, ranked in the top 10 in Indonesia. It's like a Uber with a bike, and it's very popular. Zing, on the other hand, is like the LinkedIn of Germany. Remember, social media is so pervasive that it's not limited to marketing. It almost affects all business functions, and HR is one of them. The biggest challenge you'll face for the global social media strategy is to what extent you want to be local and to what extent you want to be consistent across the borders. This is the typical oneness versus manyness dichotomy that you will see in a global marketing chapter. To what extent you want to hire social media teams in the countries in which you operate. Now, this is very costly, but it's more effective in addressing local customer needs. The drawback is you want to present a consistent brand image, and it becomes a challenge when you have 50 different people in 50 different countries managing your social media presence. Also, it's very important to have a 24/7 social media existence, because if a customer in Australia raises a concern, you should be able to respond as soon as you can. If you take days to react, you'll lose an important advantage of social media, and it becomes almost like an email. Finally, knowing local languages and culture is so critical. Here's a funny example. While ago, there was this popular social media campaign hailing from Brazil. The ad mentioned that when you tweet Cala Boca Galvao, 10 cents will be donated to the foundation of these Galvao birds that's facing extinction. Obviously, our philanthropic citizens of the world with good intentions rallied behind this campaign, just like they did with the Ice Bucket Challenge, and made this statement trending on Twitter.com for weeks. Turns out that it was a scam by Brazilian soccer fans taunting a soccer commentator named Galvao. And Cala Boca Galvao means shut up Galvao. They didn't like the guy for some reason. He might be someone like Skip Bayless, I guess. I don't know. But it's very important to know the language and, more importantly, the culture if you want to run a social media campaign globally. Social media has many global marketing functions: sales, PR, advertising, market research, customer service. I'd like to mention one before I finish this presentation. Now, there was good old days when marketers would pay researchers to pay people so they would give their opinions on current and new products. Lego is probably one of the most successful companies using social media globally. The company encourages customers to share their Lego ideas with others, and if an idea receives 10,000 supporters, it is reviewed by Lego and probably made into a product. Then the originator of the idea even gets a cut from the sales of that product. So, gone are the days when you pay people to share their opinions. Now, thanks to the widespread use of social media, customers compete with each other to help you constantly create and promote new ideas.